Hi y'all. I'm live. Okay. Um I need to make a adjustment on this stand, and then I need to make a announcement that I'm live in my group so that y'all can come join me. Um so just a second. Let me just make this little comment and say I'm live. I'm live. Come to YouTube. Sheila Savage channel. Okay. All right, y'all. Hey, I'm here. Once again, I will drop my phone. Okay. Whoa. Okay. There we go. Um. So basic women. We're gonna talk about basic women, y'all. I'm kind of leaning, so I'm gonna let the phone lean with me, y'all. So basic women. Someone asked for this topic. I didn't come up with this topic. Y'all want me to talk about it? Let's talk about it. The definition of a basic woman. Well, there are many definitions for basic women. It's just women who are not, don't have too many standards, don't think they have to do certain things to have certain things. And it's just, someone who is not able to understand how the world really works. They're just basic, like in their mind too. They look like every other chick. They follow, what society thinks versus what they think or what's best for them. They kind of go with the flow, and they're not really anyone who is special, bring home to mom type woman. Okay, it's just someone that's filling a spot for the moment, especially when it comes to when men choose them. So, I mean, how to avoid being a basic person? Have some personality, have something to talk about, have something you're passionate about, have a certain style about yourself, and don't just follow everyone's trend. Um, be able to speak intelligently about something, be able to impress anyone that you come in contact with, be it a surgeon or a garbage man. Okay, if you can't do that, then you're a basic woman. You can't go from, you know, a nice upper class um, area and fit in, and also go hang out, with the homies on this side. You're able to move in all forms and fashion of life, all types of people. You're able to impress all types of people, not just one type. You're able to look polished and presentable and professional, as well as sexy and cute. You're able to do all those things. Okay? You don't just stick in one genre and say, this is all I can do, this is the best I can do, accept me for who I am, or blah, 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 blah. No, you create the life you want. Therefore, you have to create a way to get it, a way to fit into it, a way to become, in that environment, become successful in that environment. And you can't become successful in an environment if you don't even fit in. And you can't become prosperous if you still have poverty mind. You can't mingle with certain people that you want to date if you don't feel like you belong. So if you're basic, you're going to stay basic, and you're going to stay in a basic relationship with a basic partner. So if you want to get out of there and stop being a basic person, a basic woman, you have to raise your standards above basic. Um, sorry. So, and being basic, accepting what people give you versus telling people what you want and asking for what you want. I don't accept anything unless it's on my list of things that I'm manifesting, or something that I want. You offer me something and I don't like it, I might take it and give it to someone else. I might say thank you, but I'm not really going to, be happy to have something that I'm not even, interested in. So when a man approaches you and he asks you, like, oh, what are you looking for? If you just give the basic answer, oh, I just want friends. I don't know. I just need somebody to hang out with, a friend. You just basically told him friends with benefits, blah, 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 blah. If you are afraid to scare somebody off by telling them what you really want, then then you shouldn't be with them anyway. When a guy approaches you and says, well, what are you looking for? It's like, oh, I'm looking for a long-term relationship that possibly leads to marriage. I'm looking for a stable person that has a career, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so if they don't fit any of that, you're not wasting time. They're not wasting time. You're not getting pregnant by, bums who can't afford to, take care of you. And you've just, bypassed a basic life, basically. So you have to think above being basic. Okay, I have a lot of women come to me and they say, oh, well, I started off as friends with benefits, now I fell in love and now I want him but he don't want me. Well, duh. You're not supposed to start off doing something that you can't continue. Women catch feelings. Women can't just have friends with benefits unless they are, strictly doing it for that reason and they know it, and they probably possibly already have someone else who they do have feelings for. You know what I mean? So a lot of these women also, they believe lies. They believe what people tell them versus getting proof. They believe in the potential of someone versus believing in what they can see and touch. And these are the other types of women that get tricked. And, oh, I thought he had his own business. Oh, he said he had a mixtape. Oh, he was a rapper. Oh, he's successful. But he still lived with his mom. But he told you he know how to do every job under the sun and have met this person and that person. So you think he's all that. But he still lives with his mom, So don't fall for what people tell you. Don't fall for what you hear. Fall for what you see and can touch. Where's your deed? Where's your house? Let me see your mail with your name on it. Let me see. You don't listen to people's words. You prove their words. Let them prove themselves to you. I can talk all day and tell y'all, this and that. But I would have to prove it in order for someone to take me seriously. A lot of you women start taking men seriously just from their pillow talk and the sweet talk that they give y'all. Oh, but he said he loved me. Well, I can say I love you too, but that doesn't make it true. So, I don't believe words. I believe actions. And if you don't want to be a basic woman, stop believing words and start believing actions and proof and evidence. Stop falling in love with potential. Okay, anybody has potential. Everybody has potential. I said this on my last video. A bum on the street has potential. You gonna fall in love with him too? So remember, if you act basic, think basic, look basic, you're gonna get a basic man. You gotta do something above and beyond. You can't just sit there and wait for somebody to approach you and think that you're special and all that. You got to make yourself special. You got to make yourself do all that. It is hard work. It is, and that's why I say a lot of people think this is an easy thing to do, but it's not. It's not easy. To be always, sharp, prepared, put together, polished, able to hold conversation, things like that. It takes a lot of effort, especially when you have kids and things to do and blah, 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 blah. You got to also be able to do this and that. You can't just focus on one area and forget about another area. Because I have a lot of ladies telling me, oh, I have kids. I don't have time to put on makeup. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. But I want this type of man. I want that type of man. Well, this type of man that you want requires you to maybe wake up a little bit early and put some makeup on. Okay, this type of man might want to show you off. He can't bring you around his colleagues and you look like you just woke up. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put in that effort if you want a higher caliber of man. Okay. And I don't want to be rude and sound mean and like I'm against certain women, but there are certain women who, ask questions, but they don't like the answers. So if you don't want the answers, don't ask the questions, okay? If my answer is, okay, well maybe you need to do a little bit more with your appearance and you don't like that answer, well, don't ask the question, what do I need to do? Because I'm not getting the type of response that I want. Well, you might need to do this. I don't look like this when I wake up in the morning. I look like a hot mess. Um, so if I can take the time to put on some makeup and fix my hair and, learn how to do this, and that, take care of my skin and stuff like that, other people can too. I don't think I don't think my husband would have actually approached me if I hadn't had makeup on or my hair combed or looking, polished and put together. He would have bypassed me right on by. So sometimes it is important. It is important to take that extra hour or wake up an extra hour early or 30 minutes early to get ready. It is important. So a lot of you ladies don't think that it's important. You might have already been bypassed by someone who might have liked you if you were just fixed up, you know? So appearance is very important, especially in the shallow world that we live in. It is very important. Um, if if things were not based on appearances, we would live in a totally different type of society. So we already know that. But let's just face the facts. And for guys, guys have tricks. They like to tell stories. They like to see what they can get with the least amount of work. And we already know that. If if your man is getting by and you're letting him get away with the least amount of work, that's basic too. If he's not working for you anymore, if he's comfortable and he's not working for you anymore, trying to do things, you're letting him slide. He's going to get complacent and he's going to start doing less and less. That's why you have to keep him doing stuff for you, no matter what it is. Even if it's something stupid like, oh, baby, can you go check my, tire pressure? Oh, can you go to the store and get this, and that? Keep him working for you no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be buying a bunch of stuff. Just keep him doing things for you. Because the moment he stops, he's going to say, oh, okay, well, she doesn't require much of me anymore. So, my focus is going to go elsewhere. You got to keep them engaged in doing things for you no matter what it is. Like, make something up if there's nothing. Spill something on the floor. Oh, I dropped this. Can you help me? Can you help me change this battery? I don't know. You act stupid, act dumb, but make them feel useful, okay? Most women, oh, I can do that. I know how to do it. I know how to fix everything in my house, but I'm going to let him try to do it first. You know what I'm saying? So he can feel like he's useful and he's used to doing things for you. So the next time you ask him to do something, it's automatic. It's not like you got to pull teeth. It's automatic. You always have to ask. Ask your man to do something for you every day. I don't care what it is. Ask him. That's how you do it. Okay. A lot of women will ask, well, how do you get your man to start doing nice things for you and take you places and stuff like that? And da, da, da. Well, if you don't start the relationship out like that, it's going to be very hard to get somebody to switch after you've already set the standard that you don't require much. So you start the relationship off requiring things. But if it's too late, then you start going by yourself and then see if he wants to come. A lot of times, if he doesn't have the money or he doesn't want to pay, he's not going to go. Okay. So you take yourself there, and you might, be in the company of someone who can actually afford to buy you drinks. So, hey, if he wants to start joining you, then he'll get his money up. But I feel like you can't spring that on someone when you've had low standards the whole relationship, and all of a sudden you want him to do better. Well, it doesn't work like that. You already settled for that. So you're going to have to replace him or start going without him and make him level up because he wants to catch up with you. Anyway. I feel like, okay, I don't know where y'all live. I don't know what side of town y'all live. I don't know what type of men y'all are looking for. But usually men that have money that can take care of you so you don't have to work want someone polished that they can take out, that they can show off, that they can say this is mine and be proud of, okay? Glamorous versus polished is very different, okay? If you're overly done, you look like a prostitute. If you're not done up enough, you look like a housemaid. So in between is where you want to be. Pretty. They can take you anywhere. They can take you to meet their colleague, their boss, their friends, their family, without being embarrassed. Or they can take you somewhere and you're not going to be the dullest thing in the room. Okay, so make sure you look good. Okay, I know a lot of women think I don't need makeup. I don't need makeup, but you no one needs makeup. Let's just say that. No one needs it, but it enhances you and it raises the caliber of men who approach you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay? Keep that in mind. It will raise the caliber of men who will approach you, especially, if you are not doing anything at the moment. So just keep that in mind. You don't need the makeup. Men will approach anything walking with boobs. Okay, you don't need makeup. But if you want to increase the caliber of man, then yes, you need to do something. A little something, at least. You know what I'm saying? um, you'll notice a huge difference in how you're treated. Like, I get treated totally different when I wear makeup and when I don't wear makeup. Like, I know that and I understand that, and that's why I wear it. Um, I went to get my nails done the other day. My nails. And the guy that does a guy does my nails, y'all. The guy that does my nails, he says, "You look different." I'm like, "I'm not wearing any makeup." He's like, "Oh, that's it." I was like, uh, but I was going swimming right after, so that's why I didn't have on any makeup. But they notice, and before he was offering me all these free services. He put free stuff, and we give you discount, this and that. So I know it makes a difference. You know what I mean? I know it makes a difference. I get free stuff all the time, discounts and stuff like that, extra service that's not written in whatever service I'm getting, better seating at restaurants. It's just, it matters. Just like when you drive up in a car and you have a really nice car, at the valet, they're going to park your car right up front because it's really nice and they want to show it off, and other people will valet. But if you have a crappy car, they're going to park your stuff underground or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So you have to present yourself how you want to be treated as well. You got to present yourself how you want to be treated as well. So if you come up there looking high maintenance and polished, they're not going to treat you any kind of way. They're going to, okay, well, she looks good. She has the time to do this, and that. She must have some money to spend. I know she might tip me extra. Or, ooh, I like the way she looks. Let me do extra for her. If you want to be treated better, you have to look the part. And men will do the same thing to you. When they see you walking by, they're going to smile at you. They're going to make eye contact. But if you ugly and looking jacked up, they're going to look away. They're like, oh, God, what is that? Please don't let her look my way, So I'm just being honest. Like I said, I will credit makeup for me being married, because I know if I was looking crazy, my husband would have never approached me. He would be like, bypass. And I might bypass myself. I'm like, okay, she looks like she has a hard life. She looks like she's struggling. Oh, look at she look blah. I'm not gonna approach her. She looks like she has nothing but problems. So invest in yourself. Invest in your looks. That's the same reason men buy nice cars, because they know a woman is going to bypass them if they driving something bad, or if they're not driving at all. So the first thing a man does when he gets money is what? Go buy a nice car and some nice shoes. and to impress women. Well, women need to be doing the same thing. We need to make ourselves look good and stuff like that if we want to do any better with the type of man we attract. Yes. Anyway, so and be smart. Do your research, background check some guys, you know. You can learn a lot off of, you know, background checks. You can know if they're married, how much money they really have, if they're lying to you, blah 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 blah. And you can kind of stop wasting a lot of time with a lot of these guys because like and I also, like, before you get into a relationship with someone, they have to be invested in you. Before you sleep with anyone, they have to be invested in you. Okay, you can't just go on their talk and their potential and how they make you feel. No, they need to invest in you. Okay, it's kind of like you go into a car lot and you see a car that you like. It's really pretty. You like it. You want to drive it. Okay, they're not gonna let you take that car, you know, unless you can afford it. You know, they're not gonna say, okay, well, hey, you look like you'll make money in the future. Let me just give you this loan because you look like you make money in the future. You know, you can tell them, oh, I'm a lawyer, but they're gonna ask you for proof of employment. The car dealer will ask you for proof, but you're gonna let a man sleep with you and don't even know if he has enough money to pay for a Uber home because you did not check him. Okay, and then when you get pregnant, oh, he don't have a job. Oh, he live with his mama. Oh, now you stuck. So if a car dealership cares more about a car than you care about yourself, you have a problem and you're basic. Okay, listen to me. That man at the car dealership is going to check every detail: your credit, how you spend money, how much you earn, how much taxes you pay, all that. They're going to check everything before they let you leave the lot with their car. Okay? But you're going to give yourself away for free because somebody said something you liked. If you care more about, like, if people care more about cars than they do about people, if you don't care about yourself enough to do that background check and get that information, and you lay down with somebody because you like what they said and they had this potential and you thought this and they lied to you, well, you know, you deserve to get scammed. And you're just being scammed, okay? A smart person is hard to scam. A smart person is very hard to scam because they do their research. They get on Google. They look for evidence. They ask for proof. If you are too scared to ask some dude for proof because you're afraid to lose them, you don't love yourself anyway. You don't love yourself and you're basic. So I know a lot of these women, oh, I'm just looking to have a man. I'm not going to mess it up by asking him to show me proof that he has a job. And then, you know, when you get pregnant and he can't contribute anything to you, then you feel stupid. And you working 9 to 5, you know, and everything. So, oh, I have something cooking. I have to go. Is it ready? Did you check it? What is that? Has it been 30 minutes? It has? Okay. I gotta go take something out the oven. But I'll take everything. Oh, okay. Come on, Layla. Let's go. My baby. I'm trying to cook and do videos at the same time, y'all. Y'all need to clean up that room. I'm the multitasker.
See that?
Anywho. Clean up, Sasha. They got Barbies everywhere. Okay. Are you sure it's been 30 minutes?
I watched two shows.
Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to cook and make videos, y'all. It smells good. Let me check this food, y'all. I don't think it's done, Layla. I'm checking. Mm, 20 more minutes. Come back and get me in 20 minutes. Bye, y'all. All right. Okay. I need to teach her how to cook, so I don't have to do that. Sasha, what are you doing?
I'm dancing back.
You dancing? All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so I had to check on some food. It wasn't ready. Yeah, so I'm not gonna when my daughter starts dating, I'm gonna check background of all her friends and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want her hanging out with people that get in trouble, that got warrants. You know, gotta do that background check, because think about this. If you're riding with some guy and he has a bunch of warrants out for his arrest, and y'all are drinking, y'all are going out, y'all are partying, and he gets stopped by the police. Your kids, if you have kids, are at somebody's house or being babysat. You know, he don't got insurance on his car, so the car is gonna get towed. You don't have no money to get home. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, don't ride with potential. Ride with things that you can back up and proof and evidence. You know. I'll give you a good example. This one guy, he told me he owned some company and some software crap and blah, 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 blah. Right? Sound good. He had the lingo to go with it. Very convincing. But as a woman, I don't trust people. So I Google him. He had 2 DWIs. One more, he's going to prison. Okay? Come to find out he's an alcoholic in AA. Can't, and all that kind of crazy stuff, you know. I was like, well, where's your car? Oh, I don't like to drink and drive, so let's take Uber, or a cab. Back then they had cabs. They had an Uber back then. We had cabs. So thought it was weird, you know. Grown man with a software company, talks about how he had a BMW, how he had a car, how he had a house, how he pays for this and pays for that. But he doesn't dress nice. He didn't have a car. But a very convincing story and a nice Facebook page for his company. So, I just get on Google and type in his name, and I find out the truth in 2 seconds, and guess what? Hey, you don't have to tell me the truth. I'm smart enough to find the truth myself. Okay? A lot of these women believe these stupid men, and they don't do their research. And that is why you're in a basic life, because you won't even take the time to type up somebody's last name. You know what I'm saying? So remember, if you don't trust your last boyfriend, why would you trust a new potential boyfriend? You need to check all of that out. Okay, so let's move on to the subject. Okay, so there was another subject that someone wanted me to cover. Now, let me see what it was. Smart things to do with your money when you're stashing. Savings, money market account. If you don't like investing or in risky things, just do the money market account in your bank. At least you'll be drawing interest. Save, or start some type of business that can earn you money quick. Maybe an online business. Buy an online business that might be already up and going, and just take it over and just start getting the profit out of it. Things like that. I suggest buying CDs, maybe investing in nice jewelry that will only increase in value. Don't buy trashy stuff that's not going to increase in value. Save that money. Okay, let me see what else y'all want me to do. Because I asked y'all for topics. Okay. More. I'm trying to look on here. Okay. Dumb. Wow, okay, hold on. I've already answered that one. Okay. How to get you to, no. These are basic questions. Some of y'all are asking basic questions. Okay. Okay, someone asked me to talk about dating for women over 30 and 40. You should have even more standards, and you should stick to those standards, and you should not be making excuses for men at that age. By that age, you should know exactly what you want. You should know when a man is scamming you and when he's not. And you should also be dating someone who is going to benefit you and a little bit older than you, okay? Because by that age, you should already know. If you don't know by that age, you might never know, you know. You should already know what you want, what type of man you want, that you want a career man who's stable, who's honest, who you can Google without finding anything crazy, and who will adhere to your standards, okay? If a man over 30 or 40 can't do that for you, then move on, you know. Dress classy, not trashy. Don't try to dress like you're still 25 years old if you're 40, okay? You know, a lot of y'all be trying to have all these trendy things and it just doesn't work for your age, okay? It ages you even more. Like if you're old and you try to look trendy, it ages you even more, you know? So more classic style, okay? Sometimes, you know, we get in the habit or we get in a certain look that we've been doing forever and it just doesn't work for you anymore once you pass a certain age, okay? Like certain colors or makeup looks don't look good anymore on aged people. You gotta calm down, like, or try a different look that's more age appropriate. And then you can't expect the man to treat you like, you know, some little 20-year-old. Okay, you're a woman. They're gonna treat you like a woman. They're not gonna treat you like a little girl. So you're gonna have to come correct. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to come like, this is what I expect. I'm a grown woman. Those little things don't impress me anymore. Your pillow talk doesn't impress me anymore. Show me something. Okay? They can't come to you and lie to you about everything because you're gonna ask for proof. Okay? So you need to not try to act like you're 20 something and that you're all about this fun anymore, because they can go and get that, okay? They can go and get that with a 20-year-old. The reason they're trying to date you is because you're a grown woman. Now, if you're going to act like a little 20-year-old, why are they dating you when they can go get a 20-year-old? You know what I mean? So a lot of women think younger women are your competition, but they're really not. If a man approaches an older woman, he's already dated the little girls, okay? Especially if it's an older man. He's already dated the younger women and obviously does not, you know, look like he's with a, you know, a person that actually wants to be with him for him because of the huge age difference. You know what I mean? So you have like a 50, 60-year-old man, they're not going to be comfortable seeing out with a 20-year-old woman all the time. You know, that's for fun. Once he gets through that midlife crisis, now he wants someone who he could take to dinner and, you know, have conversation with and possibly, you know, enter into a long-term relationship and marry. You know what I'm saying? The sugar daddies are for the, you know, the 20-something-year-olds and the sugar daddies who just want to have fun. The ones who probably just got divorced and just want to be free. The ones who don't want to remarry at all. The ones who just want to be free. But there are some older guys that want to remarry, and they will go for someone not their age, possibly a little bit younger, but not someone so young that they don't understand things. You know what I mean? So remember that when you're dating, don't feel like you have to compete with younger women. Be who you are. That's all you can do. Okay, what's the next? Fear about being alone. If you fear being alone and you can't even be by yourself, why should anybody else want to be with you? You know what I'm saying? If you can't even be by yourself, no one else is going to want to be with you. Learn how to be by yourself first and foremost. Because if you can't stand being with you, no one else will be able to either. Okay? If you're scared to be alone, that means anybody can do anything to you because they know you're scared to be alone and they'll use it against you. Okay? So get over that fear quick. And you are born alone and you're going to die alone. So get used to it. Okay. What can I do about? Okay, I already read that one. It doesn't matter. When I was 20, I was dating older men. I was there too. But when you get older, you gotta act your age and not try to act like you used to be. You know. I'm dating a very rich guy. How do I secure a monthly allowance? That's quite easy. You just tell him straight up, look, I need this much money every month. And look at him and just pause. If he says okay, say, well, are you going to be able to handle that? Rub on his leg. Gonna be able to handle that? Get the money. It's like, oh no, that's not a problem. Okay, yeah, okay, well, great. Do you want to do it like direct deposit? Gift card. Visa. Put this on my Visa card. Do you want to do PayPal? Business first, but be nice. Like, and if you've already had sex with this person, you did it in the wrong order. Get the money first. Get the allowance first. Don't wait till after you sleep with someone to ask them for money. They've already got what they want. Okay? How do you look younger? People say I look 40, but I'm 33. Makeup. Makeup makes you look younger. Or the type of makeup that you put on. If you put on the wrong type of makeup, it will age you. If your hair is not in the right style, it will age you. Like what kind of hairstyle are you wearing? What type of makeup do you wear? Are you if you're very overweight, that also ages you. Yeah, so I think it could be a combination or it could be one or the other, but usually the three things that age you the most is hairstyle, how you do your makeup or lack thereof makeup, or weight. Those are the things that age you. Most of the time, the giveaways are the dark circles and the premature wrinkles, or it could just be weight. People who are heavier look older, and people who are lighter look younger. Some people it doesn't even affect the weight, but if you're, most of the time, like if you're very overweight, a lot of the clothes that they sell are clothes that look like they're for older people. So they might just assume you're old if you're wearing old people clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you could do because I can't see your picture. But yeah, it's usually one of those three things. Okay. Someone asked me how old I am. I am 38, almost 39. So that's how old I am. Oh, the camera's on the wrong side today, so I'm having trouble. Okay. Please do a video talking about how to be a bad bitch that all men want to get. Well, the key word there is bitch. You have to maintain your standards at all cost. You can't let up. You got to be like, oh no, and walk out. And don't be afraid to lose him. When you're not afraid to lose a man and you can walk off and they know that you can go do better, that's when you get what you want. Okay, that's when you get what you want. If you're with a man that you're afraid to lose, and they know you're afraid to lose them, and they know you can't do any better than them, or it will take a long time or a lot of effort, they're gonna treat you like trash. That's why I'm saying, when you get with someone, make sure that you can replace them instantly. Make sure that they know that they're lucky to be with you. A lot of these women will go for looks. Oh, he looked good. Oh, I can't go without him. They'll be draining her pockets and cheating on her at the same time. Okay? Um, a lot of y'all are in my group, and y'all have seen me post the Pastor Pimp dude that's always in my inbox. Well, Pastor Pimp is married, and you know, he is the type of person that will cheat in a heartbeat. And that's why I don't really take him seriously, and it's hilarious because I know him 17 years ago and he's still in my inbox. So I just never fell for the okie doke, like, but his wife did. His poor wife, she has no clue. She has no idea. And I'm sure I'm not the only one he's in the inbox of. But I'm pretty sure he married her for her money. For her money. Okay? And I feel like she's being drained and used. And he was doing the same thing when I first met him. He chooses a woman with low self-esteem. Doesn't look very desirable to most people. Very educated, has, some money saved up, and he gets them to invest in him and his businesses, and then he takes most of the profit and cheats on them. So, remember, ladies, there are men out there that will target you just because you don't look good and that you have low self-esteem. That's why I'm telling all these women, make yourself look the best you can look before you leave your house, because men will target women on purpose because they know no other guy will do this and go after them this way and chase them this way. They're after you for something else. Like, they're after you for your credit. And like, where do y'all think I learned this stuff from? A man. And I learned this from a man, and I've watched both sides do this to people. I've watched my sister, and I watched Pastor Pimp. I've watched Pastor Pimp get a woman to basically open a funeral home up for him with her name and her credit and her startup money. Okay, I've watched him do this 2 times to other women, all while cheating and whining and dining other people with that woman's money. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't fall for the okie doke. Do your research. Make sure you know who you're dealing with. Watch it from both sides. Get the male side, get the female side. I'll ask him in a second. Look, hey, you're married. Blah 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 blah. He won't even talk about his life with. He won't even acknowledge the fact that he's because he already knows that I know the deal. Like, I'm with this person. Blah 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 blah. But and then I say, you know what? That's nice. Well, I hope you have a really good life and good luck and blah, 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 blah. But the fact is, there are men out there who will take advantage of women and use them up until they can't be used anymore, and then they'll move on. Seen it happen many times. So, we want you to interview him. Oh, God, no. I can't interview him. When I say Pastor Pimp, I mean Pastor Pimp. I mean, like, scam, ruthless, dirty, just smile in your face. It's funny. Like, the only thing I admire about him is his dedication to the game. I can appreciate that, He had goals in mind. He saw what needed to be done to accomplish those goals, whether it be using people to get his way or not. He's just a male version of a gold digger. That's it. But he had business plans that went along with it. He wasn't stupid. He made a name for himself and created a business and blah, 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 blah out of it. But he used what those people had to build upon. So there are male versions of gold diggers, and they're in the church. They go get that lonely sister. Maybe, the trust fund sister, the one that's not so attractive, but looking for a good godly man, and he ease up on in there. Okay, women do it too, but it's easier for men to do it these days. Why? Because there's so many desperate, needy women. It is actually easier for a man to be a gold digger than it is for a woman. That's why when y'all guys come up in here and y'all say, oh, you don't do no work, it's, you just live off of a man and da 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 da. Well, it's easier for you to go out and convince some chick that you love her and get her a little paycheck than it is for me to do what I do. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know. But the bad thing is, y'all won't take those women out. Y'all won't show them off in public. Y'all won't take pictures with them. Y'all won't put them on Facebook, but y'all will sure take their checks. So I suggest, if you're gonna have these women, if you're gonna use these women, at least show them off, make them feel good about themselves a little bit, And if you're one of those women being used and you know it, and you're just in denial, I'll tell you how to know if you're being used or not. If you gotta make excuses for your man instead of brag on him, you're being used and you're in denial. If your mama don't like him, your sister don't like him, your cousin don't like him, you're in denial. Okay? If everyone sees it but you're in denial. And you'll wake up one day and you'll say, you know what? He used me. And now this other girl is benefiting from it. Because while I'm at work, he's talking to her. So y'all, ladies, if y'all are supporting a grown man, if y'all are acting basic, remember, nice girls finish last all the time. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There is no reason. There's no reason. How do I feel about matchmaking services? I don't know. You can meet people any type of way. You meet them. If you like them, hey, you have something in common. I've met most of the people that I've really connected with in person first. Is it time again? Did you look? Make sure they look brown. If they're still a bright color, they're not ready. I'll be back. I'll come down in 10 minutes. Try to teach her how to cook. So yeah, this the glare is it's coming in. It's bright. Ooh. Okay, so everybody that I've ever met that was worth anything, I met in person. Okay, you need that it's just that first, when you run into somebody and you just run up on somebody and it's bam, instant connection. You don't get to see what you look like in a filter or on Facebook or on Instagram first. You walk into each other, you just walk, and it's the magnetic energy is there, the eye contact is there. Hold on, y'all. The feeling is there. You can touch that person instantly. There's no lies. There's just there, and it's like magic. It's like the first time you meet someone, you have a feeling, oh, this is gonna be something, before they can go look through all your pictures and stuff on Facebook and see what type of person you are, and blah 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 blah. you're already engaged in conversation. You know, you've already got their interest. You know, they don't ever have to see your Facebook page. Okay, not if you don't want them to. So that's another good thing. And any guy who's against, women learning how to discern against, guys who are trying to trick them, they're probably one of those guys that are trying to trick you. For me, I still check up on my husband, and I'm married. I will Google his name and see if anything new pop up, because I want to know. I want to know. So, yep. It's never too late to stop checking up on people. Okay, how many tickets you done got? This and that. So keep asking questions, and don't listen to people. Don't trust people for what they say. Look for evidence. Don't be basic. Okay, don't walk out the house, looking like you just woke up and expect the world to fall in your lap, because that just don't happen unless you are the perfect version of beauty that doesn't need a touch of makeup. Okay. Remember, you have to put effort into what you look like to get the response from, around the world, in your environment that you want, it just goes with it, just like if you saw a guy walking down the street and his hair wasn't cut right, and he everything was scruffy on him, you would think he was either A, trying to rob you, B, asking you for money, or C, below your caliber of man that you would talk to, because he didn't keep himself up. Men think the same way when they see somebody walking towards them, when they see a woman looking all scraggly and looking like she got a hard life and this and that, he try to direct his eye contact somewhere else, so that he can't make eye contact with her, because he don't want to be dealing with that type of person. But if she were to do something with herself and put on some makeup, her hair, he'd be all looking at her, like, in her face, like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So think about it. Don't miss your chance. Come on, Layla. Gotta go check on this food. All right.
I couldn't tell.
I know you can't tell. I tell you, if it's brown, it's done.
But I couldn't tell the color.
Whoop. What are y'all watching? All I do is win. Okay, I think these are done. I don't know about the top. Their daddy started cooking, and he told me I had to finish cooking. These aren't done, nowhere close to done. I'm just gonna raise the temperature. Ugh. Nowhere close to cook, y'all. I'm gonna put it on 400. Console. Come get me in 20 minutes. These are done. You want a plate? Yeah. Here, I'm gonna get y'all a plate. Anyway. "20 minutes, Layla." Alright, I'm going back up. So, yeah, if y'all want to ask me some questions, go ahead. I think I done said everything that I was going to say. So if y'all have some questions, go ahead. TV's on in there. Alright, I'll get back to my spot. Oh, that sun is still there. God. When is the best time to get married? When you can afford to get married? For me, I got married at 26 years old. I had my degrees already. Had 2 degrees. My husband was already into his career. Very financially stable. So if anything were to happen, we could afford it. You know, we could afford to live anywhere we wanted. If we ever, you know, if I got pregnant, we could afford to have a child and all that kind of stuff. So whenever you can afford it is when you get married. Don't marry to struggle, because then there's no reason to be married. You know, I'm gonna move this. Don't marry for the wrong reason. Like, don't marry because you love somebody. Marry someone because they can benefit your whole generation to come. Okay. Love don't pay rent. Love don't send kids to college. Love does not ensure that your kids are going to be going to the good schools and having the best education. Love doesn't ensure that you're going to have food on your table every night, but money does. So marry for the right reason. And the right reason being stability. And, you know, a man is defined by, you know, his genitalia, but a person who is a provider and protector is a good husband. Okay. So if you want a husband, they need to be able to provide for you. Okay. Because you are basically taking his last name, becoming his responsibility, and he needs to be able to provide for you. If you're going to take his last name, you know, if you don't take his last name and you say, I swear to be with you and only you and be faithful to you and blah, 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 well, basically you just became his wife who is supposed to be faithful to him and honor him, and in exchange for those things he's supposed to protect you. Okay, it's in the marriage vows. So if you're going to get married and not even adhere by the vows, then why even get married? You know, some of y'all are religious. You know, even in the Bible it says the man's supposed to take care of the woman. So if you get married, don't look for an equal partner. Don't look for a roommate. Look for someone who's supposed to treat you as a wife. And as a wife, you are supposed to be provided for. If the man can't provide for you, then you don't need to marry him. You need to move on and find someone who can afford to get married. Because marriage has become a thing of luxury these days. Like, a lot of guys are saying, oh, never get married, it doesn't benefit the man. Well, all these rich billionaires and rich millionaires, they marry and marry again and marry again and marry again. They have like 6 wives because marriage is for wealthy people. Okay? Marriage is now becoming a thing to build wealth. Okay? If you don't have wealth to begin with, as a man, then you shouldn't be getting married, period. And I saw this on another video that somebody put in the group. This guy said, if you're a woman and you get married, automatically your economic status goes up. Okay? So if you're a woman and you get married, your economic status automatically goes up. You know? So if you're a woman and you don't get married and you just shack up with some dude for years, you're still considered single. Okay? You can't mark the married box. You can't get the government benefits for being married. You can't get the tax breaks or anything. No matter how long you done live with this fool, you can't get any of that, you know. So, you know, the piece of paper is very important. You can't even say how this man gets buried, you know, because you're not his wife. His mom, sister, brother, cousin, baby mama, child can come in and say, look, I'm the next of kin. I got this. You have no say. I know you've been living here for 20 years, but I want him to be cremated, and I don't want him to be buried next to none of y'all. You know, so that piece of paper is very important. And like, he has all this money in the bank. When he dies, unless he listed you as the beneficiary, the next of kin gets all his money. Okay, and you have no access to it anymore. So if y'all think marriage is, you know, this and that, remember, ladies, it is very important. Now, for men, it's for men who have means. Men of means only benefit from marriage. Men who don't have a lot to offer, they don't benefit from marriage. So, ladies, if you're trying to get some broke guy that doesn't have a career or a promising future to marry you and they're standoffish, it's because it doesn't benefit them. You know, they're not in a place where they should be getting married because they can't even support themselves. So if you are trying to get somebody to marry you who can barely make it themselves, you're asking for trouble in that marriage. You're asking for higher divorce rate because they can't even afford to get married. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eye on higher caliber men if you're trying to get married. Don't try to marry Tyrone on a block, selling DVDs, pirate DVDs. Don't try to marry somebody because they got a good job and not a career. Get the person that has degrees and careers that can hop from one place to the other, can work on any part of the world, and will keep growing. The salary will keep growing, because they have a career. Base it on that. Marry someone with a career. Marry someone that can pull you up. Marry someone that your kids can be proud of, that's their daddy. Don't marry somebody just because I got a connection, okay? No, I got a connection too, and it's called a connection to this bank account, okay? Why would I lay down with a man who my kids can't even be proud of, that come out of me by him? Like, that makes zero sense. Like, oh, I'm gonna have kids with this man, but sadly my kids probably won't even be proud of him. Okay, if your kids can't be proud of your choice of man, you chose wrong. If your mom don't like him, if he can't benefit you, if he can't do anything for you, then you chose wrong. Okay, you can date that dude all you want, but don't have children with him and don't marry him. That's for fun. That's for pleasure. You don't marry those kind of guys. You don't get pregnant from those kind of guys. You do what you need to do and go find someone who can benefit you. Okay? And that's just honest truth, okay? Just like you have those guys who won't marry certain women. They might accidentally get them pregnant, but they will try not to get them pregnant. And then they'll go marry a totally different type of woman because they already know this is not the type of woman I want to raise my kids. I can't be proud of her. So they will use her up for what she is, and then they'll go marry something better. Women do the same thing for men, but women mess around and catch feelings. Oh, I love him. I could change him. I could make him a better person. And they get stuck with the same dude that they thought they could change and they could never change, okay? So don't be like that. Use them for what they're for and then dismiss them, just like the men do, okay? Don't catch feelings for someone who can't benefit you. Why? Because it's a waste of your time. What are you going to do? Sit there and look in each other's eyes, sitting on a cardboard box in the park? Come on. No. Doesn't work that way. No romance without finance. Yup. Now, there are women who will support these guys and who will push them to that next level, but they're only doing it for other women who they're going to leave them for. So, ladies, if you're holding down your man and you helping him and he was homeless and you gave him a place to stay, as soon as he gets on his feet, he's going to leave you for some other woman that he is going to try to impress. Okay? We already know that. So, unless you're happy in the moment with just being with some guy while they use you, that's fine. But if women stop doing this, men would actually get on their own feet and do their own thing without having a second mother. You know what I mean? And they would probably have higher goals and strive for a better existence. If women stopped giving them free sex, free food, free places to live, they would probably become more educated, become more driven, become more ambitious because, they can't get dates, women, or any type of relationship any other type of way, unless they're going to a prostitute and paying for it. But all these little pick-me women out here, oh, I'll come take care of you, baby. Come on over here. As soon as they go to work, the men are on Facebook and other women's inboxes. As soon as you leave out that door to go work hard for your man, They're on Facebook. What you doing? Send me a picture. Oh, I'm gonna come through. Come scoop me up. Come pick me up. I'm at my friend house, my cousin house. They gonna call you their cousin. Oh, that's my cousin. Yeah, I live with my cousin. But she don't like she don't like anybody I hang out with. She like my ex. She still want me to get back with my ex. So don't come around here. You know. Oh, then my nieces and nephews. This not my kids. This my nieces and nephews. Okay. So when you out working hard for your man, know that he's on Facebook, on Instagram, talking to everybody that will talk to him. Okay. And while you come home and you give him your check, fix him his meal after he been laying on the couch all day and you've been working, remember, you're not special. He's special. You treating him like the woman. And he's taking full advantage of you. So if you are a woman and your man is at home right now and you are at your job, you have it backwards. Okay, someone says, please talk about wardrobe. What about wardrobe? Like, someone was writing on my, in the group, and they were like, no matter what I wear, I still get approached by a broke man. What am I doing wrong? Stop hanging out where broke men can get. You know, there are places where broke men cannot enter. Okay, go there. Go to the nice side of town. Go in a restaurant that they can't afford. Go into a bar that they can't afford. Go into places that charge admission they can't afford. You know, and then you won't have to worry about it. Go to these places. Don't hang around places where broke men gather, you know, unless you want to meet them. I call them dusties, you know. Go places that are dust free, and you won't have to worry about dusty men. Okay. The longer you hold out on someone that really likes you, the more you can get. Okay, but make sure the man really, really wants you before you deny him. You know, this has to be the type of man that will do anything for you. You know, someone who does not look as good as you, someone who will be lucky to have you. That's how you get your stuff. Okay. Oh no, I don't do that before marriage, or I have to be in a serious relationship, and my definition of a serious relationship is someone who totally takes care of me and provides for me. So they're going to scramble and do all this stuff, pay your bills, and they're thinking they're going to get some. They're going to work hard, try to get you to, you know, acknowledge them in that way. Well, you know, I've been really stressed out lately. I just think I need to get away and go on vacation. You know, maybe we should go on a vacation to name your dream vacation spot. You know, they got money. They're going to take you there thinking they're going to get some. Oh, I can't. You know, it's that time of the month. Oh, no. What am I going to do? Maybe when we get back, I'll make it up to you. And when you get back home, oh, you know what? My mom needs me to come visit her because she broke her leg and I really need to go. I'm so sorry. You know, so that's a sugar daddy type relationship. When you don't want to give up your sugar, but you want to get all the sugar. That's how you do that. You know, dangle the carrot. I call it dangle the carrot until they get tired of running, and then their time's up anyway. A lot of women ask me how to do that. Dangle the carrot as long as you can. But make sure the man is dumb enough and desperate enough to keep chasing you. You know, if you get a man that looks good and has many options, that's not going to work with him. That's why I'm saying you only do that with the type of men who you know it will work on. You can't do it with certain type of man. You have to go for the ones you know will give you what you want, just in case you're not stringing them along. Just in case. There's still hope. They're like, oh, she might give it to me for real. And the ones that really want it will go above and beyond. They'll be like, well, let's go to Tiffany's. Let's go to the jewelry store, or let's go to the car lot. They're in it to win it, okay? And you'll be like, okay. You know, you might do it for a car. You know, that's how my sister got her Porsche. Okay. She was like, I'm in it to win it. So I saw on Facebook like last year, this guy took his girl to the car lot and he had bought her some type of BMW or whatever. Said, hey, here's the keys, it's yours. And she was like, oh my God, oh my God. You know, it could tell she was a stripper or some type of gold digger. But he just gave it to her just like that. It was her birthday or something. And then in the trunk was a pair of Louboutin shoes as well. So, yeah, these men will do anything to get something that they can't get or they can't have, you know. Especially older guys. They'll be like, you know, they can buy anything. They can buy anything. When they can't buy something that they really want and the price keeps going higher and higher, they'll keep bidding higher and higher and they'll get it eventually. And if they don't get it, then they'll be like, oh man, I wonder what I did wrong. You know, but the next girl might give it to them. So they just play, you know, they play to win. And if they don't win, they just go find the next person. So, can I talk about Jesus and stuff? Okay. And stuff. What do you want me to talk about? That okay. Um Jesus and Mary Magdalene were a couple. There you go. Why does even Jesus had a gold digger? Okay. Let me see. Can I get a moderator on this? Let me see. I'll try. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. No. Okay. I don't know if I can do it on this phone. Sure. Okay. I don't know if I can do it on the phone. I did it last time, but let me see. I'll click on your name. Okay. Click my name. Okay. Okay, you're the moderator now. The one that said click on my name. NJ Princess. There you go. Get rid of the trolls. Thank you. um Thank you. Don't get rid of all of them. Leave like one troll because I like trolling back. Okay. So what type of skills are rich men attracted to in women? A woman that can hold a conversation, a woman that can have fun, a woman who's not very judgmental, a woman who's not always moody and in a bad mood and talking about, you know, um, how they feel and stuff like that. They're just there to have fun, to enjoy the lifestyle, to learn. They like women who like to learn, okay? To make them feel like men, like, oh, you know, give them compliments and stuff like that. If you could have other talents like dancing and singing, I'm sure that they would like that. But anything that, you know, that having a sense of humor, being funny, being able to understand what's going on in the world, not being a total dummy, you know, stuff like that. Someone they can actually talk to without having to explain everything. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with half a brain. Don't be smarter than them, though. If you are, you have to dumb it down. Pretend that you're not. My boyfriend isn't wealthy as my ex, but provides, should I say. Well, as long as you don't have to work and pay any bills, you know, if you know, and you can save your money if you do work, then hey, why not? Until you can do better, until you can upgrade. I wouldn't leave a situation until I had an upgrade. I'm sorry. That's just smart. That's just being smart. Just like you don't leave a job until you have a better job. You don't break up with somebody who's paying your bills until you have a man who can buy you a house, car, and pay your bills. Okay? There you go. So, I feel like if you don't put the rules down first in a relationship, you're setting the tone for your relationship. So if you're single and you're thinking about getting to a relationship, set the rules down first before you even sleep together. Set the rules down. Look, I want you to do this and this and that for me from the beginning. I'm not afraid to lose you. I'm not afraid that you're going to say no, because I can easily go out and get another one of you, and the other one will say yes. So this is what I'm going to need. You don't get someone who can do better than you. You don't get someone who can replace you. You do the opposite. You get someone who can't replace you and who will do anything for you. You know, that's how you get what you want. A lot of these girls out here are going for looks. If you're going for looks in a man, you might as well just go for any kind of man, you know. If the man thinks that they look good and they can go out and get any type of woman, they're not going to treat you as good or as special. You know, if they feel like you can replace them quick, fast, and in a hurry, have another man better than them the next day, they're going to treat you great. So that's the kind of man you want. You don't want a man who you have to be jealous of. You know what I'm saying? If you're jealous of your man, if you get jealous over your man, you were the wrong man. Okay? If you can find it in yourself to be jealous, you're with the wrong man. They need to be jealous of you every time you go to the grocery store, every time you step out of the house. They need to be wondering where you're going. But not to the fact where it's going to make you actually go and run away, but to the fact where they're going to say, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? Or, hey, you know, what do you want to do next weekend? Blah, 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 blah. You want that type of man. You don't want the type of man you got to worry about cheating and replacing you and him doing this and that. That's just a waste of time. You're wasting your youth and your energy. Go get a man that will do everything for you and you don't have to be jealous about, because you know, or you already know. Okay? That's what you got to do. A lot of women were like, I just can't do that. I just can't do that. Well, you just don't want the lifestyle. You know, there's some women that will have it all, be able to get a cute and a rich man. But she got to be, you know, a 10, a 9, you know, look fabulous and everything, you know, being able to accommodate him and travel and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But, you know, if you just, you know, average, whatever, you're going to have to get the type of man who will worship you, basically, you know. So don't fall for a cute face. Don't fall for some sweet talk. You know, get what works. You know, I'm not the most attractive woman in the world, but I can get my husband to do what I need him to do. So, you know, because I didn't go for the most attractive or the most this or the most that or the most this, or, you know, the tallest, or, you know, the most muscular, or the guy with the most swag. I didn't do none of that. I went for the guy that treated me the best. That's what I did. Why? Because that's what I want, to be treated the best. I didn't go for somebody that I had to treat the best, or that I had to cater to and had to worry about and had to have butterflies when they walk in the room. I got the person that felt like that about me. And that is why I have what I have, because that is how that person feels about me. Now, have I felt that way about someone? Yeah, many times when I was young. But that person was not going to do anything for me. I wasn't going to benefit from them at all. So, you know, I've had that feeling. It was nice. It was fun. Got it out the way. You know, now I have everything I want. You know, my kids have everything they want. So it worked out to where the future that I saw for myself, I'm actually living better than I thought that I would be living at this age. You know what I mean? Because I chose wisely instead of, you know, with my eyes. I chose with my brain. You know? Instead of with my heart, I chose with my brain. And that's why a lot of people have different lifestyles, because they choose, one person might choose with their heart, One person might choose with their loins, their lower self, and another person might choose with their brain. And you will be able to tell the people who chose with their brain versus the person that chose with their heart or their lower extremities. You can look at a couple and say, I know why he's with her. You know, you can look at the next door neighbors. I know why they got married. You know, I know why she has that husband. So be the smart person. Use your brain. Okay, your children will thank you. I promise. Your children will be like, Mommy, I'm so glad you married that man. I have computers, iPads, phones, the best school, nice clothes. I can go to college. I don't have to grow up in a crime-ridden area. I have a nice neighborhood. I have friends. You know, I have the best education. Thank you, Mother, for using your brain and choosing a man that can make us all proud, you know. Instead of, where's my daddy at? How come he don't live with us? And, you know, how come I only saw him one time? And, you know, how come you don't like him? And how come you say he's bad? You know, because you chose with your heart. Or, Mama, how come I can't go on the school field trip? How come I can't get the school t-shirt? How come I have to get free lunch? How come we live in this bad apartment complex? You know, do you want your kids asking you all those questions? Where is my daddy? You know, use your brain. You know, it's very important. Very important. I use my brain. You know, I don't care. I've had all those fun times in my past. You don't marry those type of guys. Okay? You marry the kind that can benefit you in every way. So, if y'all are young, listen to me. Don't get pregnant by those men who are for fun. Those guys are for fun. You use double birth control. Double. Triple. The broker they are, the more birth control you need because they're the most fertile. Okay? The broker the man, the more fertile. Extra birth control on the brokenness. Okay? Now there are some women who get pregnant by rich men on purpose, like Blac Chyna, and they just keep it moving, you know. If that's your goal, if you're gonna get pregnant and not get married, go for a rich man and get pregnant, okay? Don't get pregnant by someone that can't do nothing for you, okay? Don't get pregnant by somebody who paycheck costs less than my earrings, you know. Go for someone who can actually do something for you, you know. That's what most women do that are smart, you know, like, but everybody's like, well, Blac Chyna's this, Blac Chyna's that. She has 2 children by 2 celebrities. She don't ever have to work again in her life, you know. So, you know, if you're gonna have somebody's baby that can do something for you. Okay, so someone asked me to talk about wardrobe. If you're dressing trashy, you know, clothes too tight, loud, crazy colors, if you walk out your house looking like a clown and you get mad when some broke guy approaches you, you attracted that because you don't look like you are taking yourself seriously. You know what I mean? So why should anybody else? If you want to attract someone who has their life together, you have to dress for the part you want. You got to dress like someone's wife. You got to dress like someone's, you know, trophy piece. You can't dress like, you know, this person that they're embarrassed to be seen with, or this person with 1,000 colors and, you know, this and that. Sometimes your personal style does not fit the lifestyle that you want, and you're going to have to change that up. You know what I'm saying? For example, I have a personal style, but it doesn't fit the lifestyle that I live, and I had to change it up. You know what I'm saying? I could not express myself like I used to. I can still a little bit in different ways with different pieces, with different, you know, colors, textures, jewelry, but I can't dress like I did in high school or in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? I had to step up. You know, when you get with a man who has something going on for himself, you can't be dressing like this over here anymore. You got to step it up. You got to class it up. Okay? So if you're looking for a classy man, you got to dress classy. Okay? You can't expect him to bend to your style. Okay? That's after you get married. After you get married, you can pull that stuff back out and be like, look, we married now, whatever. But if you're on the way and And plus, when you get married and you start living in different areas or and things like that, you're not going to want to express yourself in those ways anymore, because it's going to embarrass your children at school, and it's going to do this and it's going to do that. So you're going to have to comply to a more classy way of looking. Um, a lot of women who have to dress professional, who have a little bit of edge, they still use products to convey their personality, like eyeshadow, how they do their makeup, how they get their hair cut, their nail polish colors, things like that. Um, they can still put edge on them and get their own personal style without overdoing it. You know what I mean? Some people will walk around looking like, the Mother Earth, Erykah Badu, and then they want a rich man. Okay? Some women will walk around looking like, Wednesday Addams or Goth, and they want a rich professional man. Okay, some women will walk around looking like Shanae from Martin, and they think they're gonna get a rich man. Okay, some men will fetishize them, like, oh, I want a hood rat looking chick, for a couple of months, and then I'm gonna dump her because I just want to experience what it's like to be with that. If that's how you're presenting yourself, that's how you're gonna get treated. But if you're coming correct, looking classy, oh, I can take this woman from here to here. She looks classy, she's nice, she's not dressed crazy, blah 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 blah. She's not gonna draw any unnecessary attention. She just looks like a nice lady. So let me take her out. If you're dressing all kind of crazy and doing this stuff and you're trying to attract this type of man, you're going about it wrong. You need to tone it down. Like, if you are the Mother Earth type, maybe you'll find a nice outfit and pair it with a really cute tribal scarf or something like that, or a nice pattern on your shirt. But you can't go all out and be like, burning incense and stuff in this man's Lamborghini. Okay, so you got to tone it down if this is the type of lifestyle you want. Get that man to invest in you. Get yourself a yoga studio. Then go back to dressing like Erykah Badu. But keep your eye on the prize. If you're not trying to marry somebody like that, and you're just trying to get someone, to help you and finance you, you got to tone it down a little bit, until you get what you want. Then you go back. Okay. A lot of women will get men, and a lot of men will invest in women. Oh, I want to help you with your career. I want to help you with your school. What type of business do you want? Let me help you start a business, And then you can be free and be yourself. A lot of men just want to help women. Like, a lot of men with all this money. There are men with so much money, they can't even spend it in their lifetime. They want to help people. They're like, what do you want? Let me buy you something, What kind of purse do you want? Let me start you a business. Let me pay for you to get your MBA. Let me do this. Let me do that. There are men out there who will target women and try to pay for their school. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this for you. So, if you're, trying to do those type of things, you need to dress accordingly, act accordingly, get the prize, and then be out. If you're trying to marry into that lifestyle, you're going to have to find your edge in other places. You know what I mean? Or save it until y'all been married 20 years and he don't care no more, So remember, it's not all about you. It's about the prize. The prize is getting the lifestyle that you want and that you deserve. So if you're marrying for love and romance, that love and romance will run out in a few years, and you're just going to be stuck with somebody who can't pay the bills, okay? Remember that. Ask anybody who's been married for a few years. That love and romance stuff runs out quick, and then it's all about who got these bills. All right? Who got these bills? Like, every month, I go into my little book, get my husband's credit card, bank account number, go into the computer and pay every bill. Why? Because that's his job. Okay? I pay the bills, but he pays for them. I go online and pay him with his credit card or his debit card or whatever, his bank card. Wherever, the bank card. So, I make sure it's paid on time and everything. But he does front the money. So, if you can't do that, if you can't benefit from being married to someone then why are you married? You can be single and struggle. If your children can't benefit from your choice of man, you need to rethink it. Okay, so the title of this was Basic Women. Okay, basic women don't think and don't choose wisely when it comes to men. They'll accept anything. They don't have standards. They're afraid to tell the man what they really want in fear of losing them. They look the same. They don't do anything extra to, attract a higher caliber of man. So you want to be above basic. You want to take yourself out of that basic mode and put yourself up here. I wrote a post the other day, and I said, when you leave your house, broke men should be afraid to approach you. Like, they won't even think about it. That means you need to look good, smell good, act right, talk right. They should be afraid to even approach you. If you're walking out your house any other type of way, then you're attracting it. Okay? You dress for the job you want. You dress for the type of man you want. So, do that. I promise you, your life will change. Okay. I'm checking my messages real quick. So, remember, men too. Same for men. Men, don't leave your house looking crazy. Dress for the job you want. Dress for the career you want. Hang out in places where you can network, where people can give you, leads or network with you to help you get better jobs and careers and things like that. Men can network too. Hang around somebody who you look up to, who you want to be like. Look, hey guy, I know you're very successful. I see your cars, I see your women. I want to be like you one day. Tell me how to do it. Oh, well, first you need to do this, and listen. Don't be out there hating on that man because he got what you want, because he did this and that to get it. Don't be out there calling him a simp because he can afford to take his woman out and spend lots of money on her and buy her a car. Don't be hating on him. Find out what he did to get to where he is. If you're going to hate on someone, it's because you know you can never reach their level. Okay? You shouldn't hate on people when you can bypass them or reach their level. The only way you know that, you can't reach that level is when you start hating on somebody. You're like, oh my God, I will never be him. Let me hate on him. So a smart man will go up to that man and shake his hand. I really admire you. I like how you treat your lady. I like how classy you are. What do you do for a living? What do you do? Just like in that movie, that Will Smith movie, what was his name? The Pursuit of Happiness. He saw that stockbroker dude. He's like, what do you do? I mean, he was homeless on the street with his son. And he said, instead of hating on the guy and robbing him, he's like, what do you do? I want to do what you do, Smart men will do that. Dumb men, they're just going to be like, oh, he's a simp. Oh, you see what he's doing? Oh, they're going to be like, they're hating on him because they can't be him. And secretly they want to be him, but they can never be him. So they deflect and they distract. And they say, oh, that woman that you're doing all that stuff with, you're not benefiting from her, blah, 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 blah. They're going to make up every excuse as to why they can never be what that person is. All these trolls will call my husband a simp because he can pay every bill, take me out, and make sure his kids live the best life. But he's a simp. Okay, but at least my kids are proud of their father. And at least his wife, me, is proud of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's too many people that can say the same thing about those trolls. Ain't nobody proud of them, not even their mama. Okay? So, what I'm saying is, men, I know y'all are watching, instead of hating on a man, go figure out how to be that man. Or be like that man. I can't tell, women can't tell a woman how to be a man. She can just point him in the right direction of a man. And look, there's a good example. Go ask him. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how to be a man, but hey, look, that dude can. Go ask him. You don't believe me? Go ask him. So, All I can say is be smart. Use your brain. Don't use your heart. Don't use your emotion. Don't use your feeling. Don't use what somebody told you unless you have the evidence. Use your brain. It's very important. A lot of y'all women, I feel like a lot of y'all women that come to me and ask me these questions have a very low IQ. But y'all have degrees. But y'all can't see when a man don't like you, don't really want you, using you, and cheating on you and don't want you. You can't see that. But you have an MBA or a doctorate degree, but you can't see the truth. So, I feel like probably you're just in denial. You have everything except this man. So once you get this man and he proves out to be wrong, you don't want to let it go. And I understand. But the faster you let it go, the faster you can go get the right man. The faster the right man will come to you once you let go of that man that's not right. You know what I mean? So the longer you stay in denial, the longer you're going to be, waiting for something good to happen. Because it's not going to work out. Anyway, you're just being played and it's not going to work out. So got to go back down and check on this food. Something smells like it's burning. Oh, that's just getting crispy. I smell that. It looks like it's ready. Yeah, it's ready. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna open it. I'm going to my backyard real quick. Rico. So, yeah. Stupid dog. Rick, did you potty in the house? You just run. Don't want to see him? Go, Rico, go. Go, Rick. Go, Nasty Reek. I call him Nasty Reek. Okay, so I'm making my house now. Bye. The food is done, and they just wanted chicken wings. My husband is notorious for just cooking chicken wings. He just stuck chicken wings in there and say, "Watch them." All right, I'm going back upstairs. Oh, someone says that's funny. They lived in Katy, Texas. Yeah. I grew up here in Katy, and I moved back when I had kids. It's like the suburbs, right outside of Houston. Hi, Layla. What are you doing? You still? Okay. I thought she was stealing my charger. Like, you stealing? Where's Sasha? Okay, I'm back in here. So, okay, I'm going to answer some more questions. What's up? Okay, questions? Uh-oh. Y'all, Pastor Pimp is back in my inbox. I'm on Facebook. Anyways. Any questions? Most men aren't loyal. That's true. They're not. Like Pastor Pimp, he keep asking me out for lunch all the time. He's married. I'm married. But every couple of days, you want to go to lunch? You want to go to lunch? His wife younger than me. But he's in my inbox all the time. So, If you're 27 and still want kids, what age? Men can reproduce at any age. They're not like women. They don't expire. So, you know, you can like I would say at least keep it under 60 or 65. But yeah, men can keep reproducing until they're old, super old. But women, a lot of people say you're not supposed to have kids after like 36 or 37. So you got about 10 good years. Okay. People keep asking me, what do I think about dating in college? I wouldn't date a college guy. I would be dating the professors. Okay, college guys don't make no money. If I'm dating a college guy, it's just gonna be for fun. It's not gonna be for anything long term. I'm not gonna want to marry them. It's just gonna be for fun, to get my kicks. I'm not gonna really date. I'm not gonna take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you know that's just me, because I've seen so many people marry in college and they totally change afterwards. They become way different people, and it doesn't work out for a long term because you change. Um, so I don't recommend like trying to get into a serious relationship with anybody in college. I just recommend having fun. Just date for fun in college. You don't date for, husband material, because they don't have their career yet, you know. Unless you want to work and struggle with someone, and then when they get their career started and then leave you down the line for somebody else, that's perfectly up to you. But I say go for someone who's already established. You know what I'm saying? Have fun in college. Date in college, have fun. Choose guys that you're not, that you probably would never marry. Have fun with those guys. Get them out of your system, so when it's time to find your husband, you've already had A, B, C, and D type of man, and you already know what they're about, and you're like, I'm not missing anything, okay? So go and do that. That's what I would do. That's what I did. If you have a ghetto name, should you change it to Meet Rich Man? My sister had a very ghetto name, and she just started going by her middle name because she was like, no, like people would laugh at her and make fun of her and stuff like that. So she just started going by her middle name, which was like, a normal name that was not very ghetto. So, it is, I don't know, like, okay, I don't want to say anything about anybody's name because some people say I have a ghetto name, but, you know, it is what it is. But I made sure that my kids did not have certain type of names because I wanted them to be given a fair chance. You know what I'm saying? I did choose certain names based on what they meant. They had good meaning behind them. But I'm not going to go purposely jack up my kids' life by giving them some crazy name. Okay? I'm just not going to do it. Okay? If they wanted that name, they can go change it to that name later. You know what I'm saying? If they want to be named Sharkeisha, they can go down and change it to that. For me, I'm not going to do that to them. Okay? So, some people didn't have a choice because their parents named them that, and that's perfectly understandable. My sister was upset because, she would be made fun of because of her name. My name can kind of go either way. Like, my real name can go either way. It could be ghetto or it can be like normal. It just depends on what culture you live in. So for me, I really don't care. No, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't want to introduce their wife as this really hard name to pronounce to their colleagues and stuff like that. This is, you might need to come up with a nickname or go by your middle name. You know what I'm saying? Or have a shortened version of your name. So a lot of people just shorten their name to where it sounds simple and that anybody can pronounce it. Or like if you're on a resume, they would just put the initial and then their last name, like S, Thomas or whatever. Instead of Sharkeisha Thomas, they would just put S period Thomas. They would know what your first name was, and they would just call you Miss Thomas. Okay? So if your name bothers you, then change it. If it doesn't, keep it or shorten it to something simple. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get into that because there's so many people that will get offended about, oh, why you don't like my name? Why you don't like this? It's this and this just because it's not, typical European names or blah 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 doesn't mean it's ghetto. Well, if you're, if you're fine with your name, then keep your name. If you think it will help you, then change it. You know, do something that benefits you. Okay. And some guys might like the fact that you have a ghetto name, like especially if you date outside your race. They might find it appealing, you know, to say, "Oh, my wife's name is Shanae," or "Oh, my wife's name is Shaniqua." Okay, they might want to say that, if so you never know, you never know. So all I'm saying is, if you don't like it, then change it. It's up to you. Like I think our parents, like my mom, her names were so simple that they probably were dying to name their kids some crazy stuff because they had boring names: Julia, Mary, Susan. They're like, they wanted to go totally opposite. Anyway, so I mean, look at Beyonce. What kind of name is that? It's famous now, but it was ghetto. Beyonce. Now you can say, "Oh, my wife looked like Beyonce," or "My wife." Jay Z can say, "My wife is Beyonce." You know, before Beyonce, that was, that's a ghetto name, but she made it work. You know what I'm saying? Oprah, yeah, Oprah. So you never know. Now people naming their kid Beyonce. So, advice for women with kids: don't date anybody that cannot upgrade your lifestyle or who doesn't want to include your kids in their future. Like, you can go on a few dates, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Let them know, oh, I have kids, and what are your intentions? Oh, I just want to date you. I don't want to have nothing to do with your kids. Okay, that's fine. Um, if if that's what you want, if you want someone to step in and take the place of, being a stepdad or whatever, you need to let them know that's what you're looking for. Because like some guys, they will date you just because you have kids because they think that you're easier, have lower standards, and will accept less. But if it were me, I would actually flip the script and expect more. Like, oh, I can't date you. They'd be like, why? Oh, because I have kids. And they'd be like, what do you mean? Oh, well, you're just not the type of man that I would date or bring around my child. They're going to be like, what? Well, what kind of man would you? Oh, well, they have to already be financially successful, stable, a clean background. So, no, I'm not going to be able to date you. They think you're automatically going to lower your standards because you got kids and you lucky to get a date. No, you do the opposite and raise it up. That way, first of all, they respect you, know that you're a good parent, and don't just mess with any dude and fall for the okey doke because you got kids. Okay? They're going to say, well, that person, the father of those kids or that kid must have been really great because she has all these high standards, and she's not, she's not desperate, and she's not this and she's not that, and she's not saying, oh, I finally got a date. So I wonder who the father of her kids are. Is he famous? Does he play ball? Does he take care of them well? He's going to start asking all those questions instead of, you lowering your standards and just taking anybody because you have kids and you feel like you're not going to get another chance. No, you raise your standards even higher when you have kids, because now you're interviewing a future stepdad perhaps, or a future someone who's going to be a mentor to your children. You don't lower your standards, you raise them, and that way you get rid of anybody who's sitting there trying to use you just because you have kids. You're only going to attract the people that are serious. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women just get desperate. They just get desperate. Oh, I don't care. I just finally got a date. You know, if that's what you want to do, if you just want to date for fun, don't introduce these men to your kids. Don't do none of that. Just go out, get your babysitter, take them to your mom's, whatever. Go out, have your fun, and go back home. Don't take them seriously. Don't fall in love. Don't do none of that because you didn't even raise your standards for this dude because you were desperate. So this is not the kind of person you need to fall in love with, or this is not the person you need to start planning your future with. This is just a person who took you out for a meal and drinks and made you have a good time, and that's it. Okay? Don't make it into something that it's not. Right? Okay. Do you recommend marrying a six-figure man over a millionaire? Dating a man who makes six figures versus dating a millionaire is totally different. Okay? It's very different. That's why I chose to marry a man that makes six figures versus becoming, something like my sister married a millionaire. They're divorced. Why? Because he could have any woman he wanted at any time, at any place. And they were throwing themselves at him because he made money. Now, if she had married a six-figure man, they don't know if he's rich or they don't know if he's famous or a super millionaire, and like he can't just go around and sponsor 20 different women because he's so rich. He has a family, he has a mortgage, he has a house, he has a car, he has a wife. He has something that he is responsible for, and he can't really afford to go out and spoil other people. And everything that he's investing in, and all those things are not going to benefit him if he goes out, cheats, gets another woman pregnant, blah, 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 blah. So basically, by getting a six-figure man, you're securing your family and your marriage to a place of, having the lifestyle that you want, having everything that you want, versus having somebody that has so much money they can't ever spend it in their lifetime and just get crazy and do some reckless stuff. You know what I mean? That's why you have all these athletes getting caught cheating and having to buy their wives $4 million rings and things like that, like new cars, going on vacations to Italy, and every 2 months they got to go travel and do all these. If that's the type of lifestyle you want, then marry a millionaire. If you want something stable, if you just want your future generations to be good and break the cycle of marrying down, then a six-figure guy is good. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on what you want. Like, I didn't want the drama my sister had. Okay? I didn't want that drama. So I'm like, let me just get me a little nerdy businessman, little nerdy tech guy who's going to come home every night, do right by me, worship me, give me what I want, do whatever I need to be done, and I'm going to be done. I don't want what she had. Oh, no. I was like, I learned from other people's mistakes. I don't have to go out and make those same mistakes over and over. I dated an athlete, but I wasn't trying to marry that person ever. Because I saw the lifestyle, and that lifestyle didn't fit what I wanted, So I was, okay, I'll tell you a story. I used to date this basketball player. I was over his house. He had bought his sister like a new BMW, a clothing store for her to run. And I was walking around the house, and she looks at me like I'm dirty. Like, okay, I'm like, hi. I'm like the nice girl. I'm like, hi, how are you? She's like, she don't even acknowledge me. Basically, she probably have seen so many girls, or maybe she didn't like what I look like or something like that. But she was not having it, okay? His personal chef, she didn't like me. She was side-eyeing me all the time, okay? Stuff like that. So you already know that these guys bring lots of women through their house when you're not there. You're not the only one. And it's kind of like, do you want that lifestyle? Do you want people side-eyeing you? Do you want is your man sleeping with the chef? Or, does his sister know something you don't know? I would never want to live in that type of environment. So, like, the same type of house he had, you know, it was nice. It was on a higher scale in a, you know, a higher gated neighborhood, but it had basically the same thing. Marble, you know, nice decor and all that kind of stuff. Have the same thing I have, is just on a higher level with more stress and more, you know, craziness to go with it. You know, I have maids. I know how to cook like a chef. And, you know, my husband pays all the bills. I don't have to work. We can go on vacation. So I'm good. You know, I don't want to have to worry about, you know, this, and that. I don't want to have to worry about it. And if I wanted that lifestyle and I thought I could handle it, of course I would go for it. But I don't want my kids involved in that. I don't want my kids involved in the drama and in the mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it to me. If my man becomes a millionaire, you know, it came with time, and I get half that money if things go south. So we good. Somebody asked what women offer other than sex. It doesn't matter, because that's all the men want. So why should we offer anything other than sex? Like, you gonna come to us if we don't have a vagina? If we don't have a vagina, are you interested? Are you interested in us if we didn't have a vagina? Then don't ask that dumb question. That's dumb. Like, what do you have to offer besides sex? Oh, I'm not offering sex. What do you want? Click. You know, they're gone in 2 seconds once you take that off the table. Like, I wasn't offering you sex. So basically, when y'all ask that question and y'all don't like the answer you get, then stop asking the dumb question. You already know. That's just like me saying, well, what else do you have to offer me besides companionship? Okay, what else do you have to offer me besides a penis? That's my question. Like, because we don't even care about that. Like, do you have money? Yes, money. It's status. Like, we want to live nice. We don't want to live broke. We don't want to have to, you know, struggle. If we were a grown man, we can have 4 different boyfriends and get every bill paid and live the lavish life. So when we aim for one man, we need him to be able to do to do the job of all those other guys that we got to replace you with. Okay? You got to have money. Yes. Okay, so I want to say thank you to my girl, Mickey. She sent me this wonderful gift. This is Origins Body Souffle sample set. She got this off my Amazon wish list. It surprised me and sent this in the mail. Like, this stuff is really nice. Like, if you get like a full bottle of this, it's like $20 per bottle. Y'all, this is some good stuff. So, thank you, girl. Appreciate it. I told you I was going to give you a shout out. I did on another video too on my other channel, but just so you know. Okay. Yeah, Origins. I love their cream souffle. Yes, baby. I turned it off. It's cooling down. I'm gonna come down. You want it on the plate? Okay. Give me 5 minutes so it cools down. I didn't want to open the oven because it would have smoked up the house. You hungry now? Okay, 5 minutes. I'm gonna come down and take it out. Okay. So yeah, of course, if we're gonna settle down with one guy, they need to have money, because, like, if we're gonna settle down with you and you're broke, we're gonna have plan A, B, C, and D. This dude in our inbox, that dude, you know, on our text message, because you can't handle it. You can't handle it all. You know, we still gonna get this paid and that paid by this guy and that guy, if that's how we roll. But if you're gonna step in and replace 3 guys or 4 guys or 2 guys, you're gonna have to come correct. So of course you're gonna need to be stable and have that money. Okay, I'm not finna break up with all my boyfriends for one guy who can't afford nothing. Like, seriously, when I met my husband, you know, I at least had a couple bills paid by some other dudes. You know, I wasn't finna let them go until I had the replacement. That's crazy. You gotta come like you can do it all, you know. So, just like when guys look for wives to marry, they're gonna look for the total package. Do you look good? Can you cook? Are you nice? Would you make a good mother? They're not gonna continue dating, all those women that they were cheating on each other with. If they find the total package, they might start cheating on you later down the line. That's a different story. But if they're gonna get married to somebody, they're gonna have it all. So why shouldn't we demand the same thing? And can you take care of a wife? Do you deserve a wife? So, yeah, we can be single and still get our bills paid. I don't know, like, why should we commit to one person that can't do nothing? I don't understand that. Right. Yeah, someone says Donald Trump didn't marry Melania for her personality. Mm. The thing is, men are men. If they see something they want, they're going to go after it. They're going to chase it. They're going to put a ring on it, and they're going to say, "You're mine." Okay? And a lot of you women will chase behind a man who don't want them anymore. And y'all will keep chasing, and y'all will be in denial. If you have to chase a man, they don't want you. Okay? If you have to, if your ex is not chasing you to come back, you should not be chasing him at all, because he left and he was done and it's over. Okay? A lot of women come to me and say, "I want my ex back, I want my ex back." And I always ask them why. Why would you want someone that threw you away and does not even want you anymore? Do you really want that person back in your life so they can tell you how much they don't want you anymore? Focus on something new, improve yourself, go forward. Men should not let women chase after them. If you got a woman chasing after you, you need to tell her straight up with your words. Don't lead her on. Don't say, "Oh, well," don't try to spare her feelings. Some women need their feelings hurt because they will never get it any other way. You need to say, "Look, I don't want you no more. I'm done. I'm moving on. You need to do the same. This is not a joke. I'm really done. Like, please stop chasing me. I don't want you anymore. Go replace me with somebody else. I don't want you." Look him in the eye and said, "I am done. I no longer love you. I'm not in love with you anymore. You will always be my friend, but that's it. I'm no longer attracted to you, blah, 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 blah." You got to tell them like that, because after you tell them that, they're still going to think there's a chance. "Well, I know he loved me because he said he did one time." You got to you got to post pictures up you kissing somebody else on Facebook. You have to put, change your Facebook status. You got to put her and your picture up on the profile picture with them, so this woman can let you go. Because women, they get in denial quick, especially basic women. You can leave them, cheat on them, cuss them out, block their number. They still think it's a chance. I don't know why, but they do. I don't understand. It's like, "Oh my God, I know we're meant to be together." No. He's gone, and you still waiting on him to come back. Meanwhile, he's getting engaged, somebody getting someone else pregnant, moved into their house, and you still think it's a chance. No. Y'all men need to tell these women, "Look, I don't want you no more. It's over. I'm with this person. Forget me. You weren't even you might even have to lie to them to get them to stop messing with you. Because there are some women who will chase after men for years, won't even start dating, won't even move on, because they can't get it through their head that it's over. And I don't know if that's a mental disorder. I don't know what it is, but there are some women who are still chasing exes from years ago. Like, someone will inbox me, "Can you help me get my ex back?" I'm like, "How long y'all been broke up?" 9 years. I'm like, "No, bye. Bye, Felicia. No, bye." "Well, can you help me get my ex back?" "How long y'all been apart?" 3 years. Nope, he's gone. If it's a couple of months or a couple of weeks, yes, there's hope. But if it's going on years and more than 6 months, just move on. It's not even worth it. Let them come back and find you if they really want you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. What is your definition of a trophy wife? A trophy wife is someone who can impress their husband's friends, colleagues, and with their looks, and you know, who's also a status symbol. Like, you couldn't have got this type of woman unless you're paid. Like when I go out with my husband, I know I'm his status symbol. Like, because if he goes out without me and he's just walking around, nobody would know anything. They'll just think he's just some random dude. But when I walk in there with him, they're like, oh, he must have money. So it's like an accessory. It's like you raise their status. You raise their status symbol when they can't see the car, when they can't see your house. Then you get the woman. That's why rich men need nice looking women, because when they're in a room full of people, they can't see their car, they can't see their house, they can't see their yacht, but they can see their woman. And that woman is the next status symbol above their material gain. You know what I mean? So that's what a trophy wife is. Someone who looks like they would only be married to someone with money. You know what I'm saying? That's a trophy wife. Someone who looks good on the person's arm and gives them status. That's it. So, like Beyonce, like she's a trophy wife to Jay-Z. Okay, if Jay-Z wasn't rich, he couldn't have nobody looking like Beyonce, and we already know that. Okay. Your sugar daddy asked you 3 times why you don't have a boyfriend. If you look pretty and you don't have a boyfriend, people are gonna wonder why you're single. Um, the best answer is like, well, no one could ever meet my standards. I'm so picky. My standards are so high. I've never met anybody that could treat me like I deserve to be treated, and I'm just holding out for that special someone, and I know they're coming. I'm not just gonna date anybody. I'd rather be single and just have a sugar daddy than be with some broke dude. You know what I'm saying? Just say they don't meet your standards. Your standards are too high. You're too picky. Okay. 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 Hmm. If all men say you're beautiful and classy but never ask you out, that means they can't afford you. That means they can't, or they don't want to afford you. They want someone cheaper who will be impressed with, you know, less than you would. Basically they hold you up to a higher standard, and they can't date you because they don't have what it takes. You know what I mean? If you're a little trashy and didn't require much, they might ask you out quick because they don't have to come out of their pocket. They don't have to try to impress you. They can impress you with the bare minimum if you are not classy, or this and that. So a lot of men won't ask you out because they can't impress you. So take it as a compliment, and take it as, you're classy, but I'm not going to ask you out because I can't impress you. So you have to go for a higher caliber of man versus someone that will call you classy but never ask you out. That means I don't want you because you're classy. I can't impress you. If you're used to, eating at McDonald's and I take you to Olive Garden, you're going to be impressed. But if you're used to eating at 5-star restaurants and I take you to Olive Garden, you're going to be like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So, no. Okay, y'all. I don't know how long I've been on here, but it's probably been a while. So I'm going to have to go and wrap it up soon. So y'all can ask y'all's last questions, and I'm going to be off of here in 5 minutes. But thank y'all for tuning in anyway, and coming through and asking your questions and leaving your comments. Um, mhm. I like someone's talking about sleeping with their boss or something like that. I slept with my boss on one of my jobs, and he's still in my inbox 17 years later, y'all. So if you're gonna do it right. That's all I gotta say. Give him something he'll never forget. You slept with your boss and he married you. Yeah, this dude wanted to marry me too, but I knew him too well to marry him. I'm like, I've already seen everything you do. I can't marry you. Let me get somebody unsuspecting. Oh, I'm tell y'all the funny story. Okay. The Pastor Pimp dude, my ex-boss, that is still in my inbox to this day. Him and my husband, well, when I was dating my husband, got their hair cut at the same place. And my husband and I were going somewhere. He's like, I need to get a haircut. So, would you come in here with me? I'm like, okay, I guess I'll come in. And this was a really nice barbershop. They had like a pool table, big screen TVs. It's like a lounge. They had drinks. So he's getting his hair cut, and Pastor Pimp is playing pool. And he sees me in there with him. And he acknowledges me. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, are you here with him? I'm like, mm-hmm. And he just pretends like he doesn't know me. Like, he's like, oh, okay. Like, he's cool. He already knew what was up. He's like, he wasn't going to ruin it for me because, like I said, he did the same thing to other women. And so he already knew the game. He actually went up to my husband and said, oh, nice car, da, 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 made polite conversation. But that's how guys are, He wasn't a hater because he'd go out and get somebody else just like me, When people that hate is when they can't be, or they can't attain what the next person can. So he was just like, well, I wish you the best. And girl, this, God, he's still in my inbox 17 years later. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it on up. Okay, wait. Should I date a retired NFL player? How he now coaches at high school, but I sense is massively attracted to me at the gym. He is black and in Middle Eastern. High school? Coaches high school. They don't make a lot of money. I mean, unless he has money saved, because these NFL players blow through their money quick. Like I said, you need to do your research, see how much money, find out his net worth in 2017. Otherwise, you can get a teacher's salary, darling. Okay. Women prefer men with or without hair. Women prefer men with money. Don't matter if you got hair or not. We don't care. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. All right. I'm done.